Hello, dear friends. My name is Alexian, and I am a storyteller and wizard, traveling between fantastical worlds. Welcome to the Library of Wonders, a place where stories come alive and magic intertwines with reality. Here, among countless tomes and scrolls, tales from all corners of magical realms are kept. Each book is a portal to an amazing adventure full of kindness, wisdom, and enchantment. Let me tell you a little about myself and how I fell in love with storytelling. Long ago, when I was still a young apprentice of magic, I lived in a small town surrounded by dense forests and high mountains. In our town, there was an old library filled with ancient books and manuscripts. This library was my favorite place, where I spent hours immersing myself in worlds created by the imagination of great authors. One day, while exploring the dusty shelves, I stumbled upon a book that immediately caught my attention. It was unusual. Its pages were blank, but the cover glowed with a soft golden light. Curiously, I opened the book and felt it come to life in my hands. Suddenly, the pages began to fill with words and images, telling stories of distant lands and amazing creatures. I was enchanted and couldn't tear myself away from reading. Each story was like a window into a new world, full of wonders and adventures. That day, I decided to embark on my first real adventure. Inspired by the stories from the book, I packed a small backpack with essentials and set off into the forest surrounding our town. The forest was full of mysteries and secrets, and I felt it held many untold stories. As I made my way through the dense thickets, I came across an old path leading to an abandoned tower. The tower was shrouded in legends, and it was said that the spirit of an ancient wizard lived there. I decided to find out for myself. Climbing the creaky stairs, I found myself in a room full of ancient artifacts and books. In the center of the room stood a table with a map pointing to hidden treasures of the forest. Suddenly, I heard a rustle and turned around. Before me appeared the ghostly silhouette of an old wizard. He was not hostile. On the contrary, his eyes shone with kindness and wisdom. The wizard told me that he had been watching me since I found that very book in the library. He saw potential and a desire to learn in me and offered to make me his apprentice. Thus began my training in magic and the art of storytelling. The wizard taught me how to weave magic into words so they would come alive and inspire others. He showed me how to travel between worlds to gather new stories and share them with the world. One of the first lessons I received was understanding the power of words. The wizard explained that every word has its own energy and can change the world around us. He taught me how to use this power to create stories that can inspire and bring joy. We spent long hours in his tower, discussing ancient legends and myths, studying magical symbols and spells. With each passing day, I became more confident in my abilities. One day, the wizard suggested I embark on a solo journey to test my skills. He gave me a magical compass that always pointed the way to new stories and sent me on my way. My first journey led me to a land inhabited by talking animals. There, I met a wise old bear who told me about an ancient prophecy and a cheerful squirrel who knew all the secret paths of the forest. Together, we set out in search of a magical spring that, according to legend, could grant any wish. The journey was full of trials and unexpected encounters. We crossed raging rivers, traversed dense forests, and climbed high mountains. At every step, new discoveries and amazing stories awaited us. I recorded them in my book, to later share with you. When we finally reached the spring, I realized that the greatest treasure was not the fulfillment of wishes, but the friendship and adventures we experienced together. I returned to my mentor with new knowledge and stories, ready to share them with the world. Since then, I not only record the stories I see and hear, but also create my own. I hope my stories bring you as much joy and inspiration as they have brought me. Together, we will embark on amazing journeys full of magic and adventure. I eagerly await our new meetings and hope you will become part of this fairy tale world. In my Library of Wonders, you will find tales for every taste, stories of friendship and bravery, of kindness and magic, of animals and distant lands. Each tale is not only entertainment, but also a lesson that will help you become better and wiser. I invite you to join me on these journeys. May each of your days be filled with wonders and kindness. Until we meet again, my dear listeners, together we will discover many amazing worlds and stories.